Hello everyone, my name is Pavan Puri and today we are going to study two three concepts. First one is simple harmonic motion. What is exactly the meaning of simple harmonic motion and why we are going to study the simple harmonic motion. The second one is equivalent spring stiffness. Third topic is equivalent damping concept. So first will be a simple harmonic motion. So what is mean by simple harmonic motion? If the motion of body is to and fro about some fixed point, let's take an example. uh, this is your point and this is the body is performing this kind of motion, to and fro motion about some fixed point, then that motion is called as simple harmonic motion. This motion is periodic. It repeat itself after some interval, some interval of time. So that's why this motion is called as periodic motion. The motion of simple pendulum, this is the best example. The motion of simple pendulum can be called as simple harmonic motion. Okay. Then uh, this is the let's suppose this is your x-axis, this is your y-axis. Okay. And if you are giving some initial displacement to this point A, have you, are you able to see this point A? So this point A will try to execute one angular motion from initial position P to P1, let's suppose. Okay. So that motion equation will be your x is equal to a into sine theta. That exact minimum distance covered by that point will be x is equal to a into sine theta, and we can write theta is equal to omega t. So this will be your main equation of displacement of that point. What you do, you just do the derivation of that first equation, x is equal to a sine theta. You also do the double derivative of that equation. So finally you will come to this equation. What is that equation? That equation is d square x upon dt square is equal to omega square x. What is that equation? It is d square x upon dt square. This can be called as acceleration component, is equal to minus omega square x. This is your main equation. Now what you are getting from this equation, we can have 1-2 points regarding this equation. Means first one is the acceleration is directly proportional to displacement. The acceleration is directly proportional to displacement. This is your acceleration and this is your displacement. So we can say the acceleration is directly proportional to your displacement. But what about the direction? The direction must be a opposite. Direction should be opposite. So what can we conclude over here? If any displacement, if any motion in which the acceleration is directly proportional to the displacement but their directions are opposite, then this kind of motions are called as simple harmonic motion. And why we are going to study the simple harmonic motion, why we are studying the simple harmonic motion right now? Because we have some assumptions to solve the vibrations problem, in which first assumption is the motion executed by that vibratory systems is assumed, we have to assume that that motion done by that system is assumed to be a simple harmonic motion. We have to assume that after that we can only solve that the vibration problems. Okay. So this is the basic of simple harmonic motion. After that we are going to see the equivalent spring stiffness concept. So in which first one is your springs in series. You are able to see one diagram. Let's suppose this is your fixed support, this is the spring 1, then this is spring 2, and one mass is attached at the end of the system. So the spring stiffness of spring 1 is K1, spring stiffness of spring 2 is your K2, and one mass M is attached at the end of the system. So what exactly is happening over here? this system is called, first of all, this system is called as springs in series, the springs in series concept. So what exactly is happening over here, that the deflection of spring 1 and deflection of spring 2 is equal, because you are getting same, you are applying a same force to both the systems, you are applying same force to the both the systems. If you are applying same force to both the system, then your force, what is your force is equal to deflection, spring stiffness into deflection, and your deflection is get divided into into two equations. Let's suppose the deflection of spring k1 is delta 1 and deflection of k2 is delta 2, and total stiffness, total displacement of system is your delta x, delta or delta x. Here they have considered x is the main displacement of system, x1 is displacement of spring 1, x2 is displacement of spring 2. Okay, so what you do, you just put, what you do, you just put the x value, means you already have one formula, F is equal to k into x. F is force, k is stiffness, x is deflection. So from here you will get x is equal to F by k. So you just put the value over here, and we have already discussed the force applied to both the spring is same, so you will get this equation, and from that equation you just eliminate the force F, because it is equal in all the cases. So you will get the final equation. So what is the meaning of that? That is equal to 1, that final equation is 1 upon k is equal to 1 upon k1 plus 1 upon k2. Means what, if this is your complicated system, complex system, and you have to convert this system into a simple system, then what you have to do, you just have to replace these two springs by one spring. That spring stiffness should be k, and that k we are getting from this formula, that formula is 1 upon k is equal to 1 upon k1 plus 1 upon k2. So this is your springs in series. Now second one, we will see the springs in parallel. You can see this image. There are two springs, spring k1 and spring k2. They are the stiffnesses of that spring 1 and spring 2, and you can see one mass is attached to that both the springs. So here what is happening, if you are applying that force F is equal to mg, then your deflection of both the springs will be a same. Your deflection of both the springs will be a same. What about force? But here the force is divided into two springs. Some force will be applied on spring 1 and some remaining force will be applied on spring 2. So here you will get a equation F is equal to F1 plus F2, and what you do, you just put the value of force is equal to k into x over here. So you will get your final equation, that is k is equal to k1 plus k2. Means what, if you have to replace these two springs by a single spring, then that spring stiffness should be k, and what will be the value of that k? That k value is equal to k1 plus k2. Let's take an example over here. Here what you are getting, this is your question. There are total 5 springs in this system, k1, k2, k3, k4 and k5, and let's take the value of each spring stiffness. K is equal to 5 Newton per meter. Okay, the value of each spring stiffness is 5 Newton per meter. Okay, then you observe spring number 1, spring number 2 and spring number 3. What are these springs? These springs are in series or in parallel? these springs are in series with each other. So what you do, you just replace these three springs by one spring, and you just give that spring the stiffness value as ke1. So what will be your ke1 value? 1 upon ke1 is equal to 1 upon k1 plus 1 upon k2 plus 1 upon k3. So this will be the value of ke1. Okay, after that what you do, you just focus on spring, you just now focus on spring number 4 and spring number 5, that that two springs are in parallel with each other. So what will be the stiffness? We will consider their equivalent stiffness as ke2. So what will be the value of ke2? Ke2 will be equal to k4 plus k5. Okay, so in this way, what will be your final diagram? This is fixed support, this is your ke1, this is mass, and this is your ke2. Okay, so you will get this kind of diagram, and you can what will you conclude from this diagram? Just focus on the mass m. If you are applying some mass to this if you are applying some force to this mass m, okay, let's suppose that force will be your m into g, then spring 1 will come under deflection, will come under tension, and spring 2 will come under compression. But the value of compression and the value of tension will be the same value. Whatever, let's take that tension value is 2 mm and compression value is 2 mm. So you can take the tension value positive and compression value as negative, but that two springs are having the same deflection. So their combination will be a parallel combination. If these two springs are having same deflection, then their combination will be a parallel combination. Okay, so that two springs will be in parallel with each other. So your final answer will be ke3 is equal to ke1 plus ke2. So in this way you have to solve this kind of problem. Okay, the next this is the solution for the problem. K1, K2, K3 are in series, so that's why we get K1, K4 and K5 are in parallel, so we get K2, and K1 and K2 are in parallel with each other, so we get K3 as a final answer. That is in figure number E. Okay, so there are some different numericals over here. You can take this as assignment. Okay, you just take the value of all k value is 2 into 10 raised to power 5, and just find out the final total equivalent spring stiffness of this system. This is the solution for your system. Figure B, figure C, figure D, E, F, G and H. The final answer will be your 13 by 21 into K. Okay, so this is enough. This is enough for today. The next point we will cover in our next lecture. Thank you.